As the door is opening right now, this person walking very aggressively and then running back to the truck there.
Welcome to Viral Twist. He stole a big white truck, but instead of running, he started waving, dancing, and driving in circles like it's his last road trip.
LAPD West Valley in pursuit of what they're calling a white GMC pickup. That's exactly what we see right there. Very close moves here by the LAPD unit that is in the lead right there. We've seen one attempted pit maneuver. This is a heavy vehicle for doing a pit maneuver, but it certainly is possible. These are about the right speeds, maybe a little bit faster. 25 to 35 miles an hour is exactly the speed that you want for a successful pit maneuver. You could go a little higher sometimes.
The white pickup truck is suddenly picking up speed, but it was going much slower when they first tried it, Mark.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And, you know, this is the area that they would want to do this on. It doesn't look like there's really any traffic on this road here. Looking at the radar, I'm trying to get a better idea. This is right by the Santa Monica Pier.
Okay.
We had a pursuit end the other day here. If my memory serves correct, it was actually right in front of the pier entrance. So this is the second time in about a week now that we have had a pursuit go through Pacific Coast Highway here right near the pier in Santa Monica. Now, Sheba, this started in LAPD's West LA area. These are West LA officers that are pursuing this truck. We know the want is stolen vehicle. Don't have any information yet on the number of people inside besides the driver.
Right.
Now, a
and
hard
the driver
U-turn.
has the window down. It's interesting and seems to be making hand motions out.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know who those hand motions are for right now. Those are pretty tinted windows. It's going to be difficult to see what's inside. Now, hard on the brakes.
Okay, a hard stop.
And then back moving again here. Unclear if LAPD knows where this vehicle was stolen from yet, if it was their agency that took the stolen vehicle report. We're trying to get some more information on that, or if it was stolen from somewhere else. But a heavy-duty truck like this, LAPD certainly is going to be concerned about the driving here, the aggressive driving.
Right.
This kind of a high-profile vehicle does not stop on a dime, and certainly there's a lot of force behind this vehicle. We've already seen, like you said, one pit maneuver. They may try it again, but as they head here on PCH through Santa Monica, they're saying in addition to this being a stolen vehicle that this is one we have not heard in a long time, and that is elder abuse. There's a possibility the driver here maybe wanted for some kind of elder abuse. The officers in this chase now very fast now. That was a rapid acceleration.
To 100 miles per hour.
The driver has floored it on this GMC Sierra and putting all the horsepower there behind the driver. And we can see how fast this truck has picked up now on the 10 eastbound. LAPD units still behind, as well as that air unit overhead.
Now it seems like they've rolled the window up and are really focused on gaining some speed and getting away from these officers, Mark. Which also, the officers have been so close, we can't say that they don't know they're being pursued. They clearly understand that police are behind them and have even bumped them a few times.
Yeah, this is definitely not a tracking mode or a surveillance mode that we've seen LAPD do in the past, where they sometimes back off, try to give the driver a little bit space. The thought process behind that tactic is to hope the driver will calm down a little bit, perhaps get them to their senses, and get out and walk. Not the case here. LAPD staying directly behind this suspect. That could be an indication of several things. One, they certainly, they may not know the identity of the suspect, in which case they don't want to engage the possibility that they could lose this person in a foot chase. Or this person is simply a violent suspect that they need to take into custody today, now, at the end of this pursuit, which could indicate why officers are pursuing so aggressively. Over 100 miles an hour on the 10 freeway now to this casual 30-mile-an-hour drive westbound on Pico Boulevard. And again, we're seeing what looks like those hand gestures, as you mentioned, Sheba. Very strange and unclear what this driver is trying to accomplish here with that.
Right. You wonder if the driver has some destination in this area since he's gotten off the interstate that they want to be close to or thinking about stopping, because the speeds have drastically gone from over 100 miles per hour to around 30 miles per hour now. But
it does look like an adult man there with a baseball cap, blue shirt. And now it looks like perhaps...
It almost looked like cheering.
Or he's listening to music.
Ooh, oh, yeah, like fist pumps.
It could be that he's listening to music and he really is behaving like this may be one of his last days of freedom here, because he will be going to jail after a pursuit of this nature. Yeah, that's exactly right. I think that damage is... Oh, and now we're going across the island there, across the median. making a U-turn, reversing course. Once again, whenever this driver gets close to the beach, they turn around. In this particular case, I'm sorry, they were already getting closer to the freeway.
Right.
Now they're heading back towards the beach again. This is almost directly north of Santa Monica Airport here on Ocean Park Boulevard. So again, LAPD, they have recognized this as well, that this driver seems to want to stay right here in this area north of the airport, heading towards the beach in the Venice area and then back towards the freeways, mainly on the main roads like Pico Boulevard or Ocean Park Boulevard here. This may be where they ultimately set up those spike strips, Sheba.
Interesting. And we see them try to stay in an area sometimes because they have a family member or a relative, or they live nearby, and I guess it feels more comforting, or they want to surrender sometimes in front of people they know. We have no idea why the suspect is staying in this area, but it does seem pretty apparent that the suspect wants to stay in this general area. They've been in the same area for about 10 minutes now, from the interstate to surface streets and back. And, you know, Mark, you were saying this was such a durable vehicle, how strong it was. I think we saw that when the vehicle hopped the median without even hesitating just a moment ago.
Yeah, plenty of horsepower here. Unclear if there's anything in the bed because it looks like it's got a bed top. This is the first time that we've seen this driver stop now here. Possibly the consideration of the end of this pursuit. LAPD taking their standard tactic here, where they will approach with their doors open, guns drawn. They will be giving commands to this driver. Don't see any reaction yet from the driver. No indication of hands out the window. That's what they want to see immediately. Okay. They're going to be asking right now, and this driver inching forward. So this may not be the end. This may just be another part of the game the driver is playing here. Unclear what their intentions are, but LAPD is going to treat this as a dangerous subject, as they have seen that this driver is willing to continue after an attempted pit maneuver. Many drivers will give up even if there's just an attempt at a pit maneuver. This driver has shown a propensity not to do that. Also, disregard for traffic violations and going over the median. So the LAPD officers are going to have their guns drawn here, giving the driver commands: roll down the window, throw the keys out, and put your arms out. That's what they want to see. And not this. On the gas again here, as this driver now speeding up very rapidly, using that large engine there, to accelerate up to 50 miles an hour in just under about 5 seconds. So again, going right through intersections. LAPD officers are going to stay right behind the air unit overhead, as well as this pursuit now continues once again towards the beach, Sheba.
Yeah, it is very interesting. You wonder if that driver was actually thinking about surrendering and got nervous and decided to take off. Was he doing that to throw officers off so they would be a little bit further behind him? Because we've been saying there's about 8 LAPD vehicles very close. And
also being an elder abuse suspect. Right. No information on where or how or the nature of that elder abuse. That is one that we usually have not seen in a pursuit.
Yeah.
That's not common. Right. Certainly elder abuse crimes happen in the city of LA, but it's not often that we see a pursuit involving an elder abuse suspect. And it looks like we're about to see another pit maneuver right here.
Okay.
Right in that intersection. And again, because of the heavy nature of this full-sized pickup, the pit maneuver is not getting a lot of traction here.
No, it's really not doing anything. The vehicle barely seems affected by them trying to stop it.
Crimes. So they could be completely separate crimes that happened on separate days, or perhaps they happened at the same time. Now, right there, that may have been an attempt at a spike strip. Yeah, it's right there in the center of the intersection. If there's anybody in there, doesn't appear to be anybody in the passenger seat.
Right, I don't see any motion on that side.
I see a handicap placard. That looks like a handicap placard there on the rear view mirror.
Right.
It's unclear if this car is somehow involved with that elder abuse report.
Okay.
First time we've seen the driver's side door open and now the window coming down. This perhaps is a good sign.
He appears to be speaking to officers.
Yeah, he's certainly communicating with officers. Looks like a bald man. He took his hat off, and now officers taking that standard approach position, guns drawn. And again, this driver refusing to comply. Back on the gas. Into the neighborhood of Venice again, Sheba.
Yeah, I think this is the third time we've seen him stop. The officers think he is actually stopping. They get out of the vehicle, and it seems like once they get out of the vehicle and in a stance and start talking to him, I'm sure trying to coax him to get out, as you said, giving him instructions to throw his keys and exit the vehicle. He has not been, very close call with a vehicle there, but so far we haven't seen him hit actually anything. There's some damage to the back of the vehicle, but that was because around 11:30 we saw LAPD start attempting pit maneuvers. They've tried about 3 times now to stop him, and it has been unsuccessful because this white truck seems to be in great shape, very durable. We saw him hop the median several times.
As the door is opening right now, this person walking very aggressively and then running back to the truck there, Mark. You see that?
This is the furthest that we have seen, Amy, of the driver getting out of that truck. He's opened the door slightly a few times, rolled down the window, talked to police officers. But this is the first time we have seen that driver physically get out. He made a fairly aggressive walk back towards LAPD officers. They do not ever give suspects usually commands to walk directly towards them. They don't want that to happen. They usually have the suspect turn around and walk backwards. But in this particular case, that driver got immediately back into the truck and now slowly inching their way along Venice Boulevard.